Hello friends, welcome back to my channel again. In this session, we're going to learn about variables, condition statements which includes simple if else ladder, switch, and followed by loops which includes for loops, while loop, and do a loop. We'll be going to discuss each and every topic with a proper example. Okay, see friends, here I have written a small program which in the previous session I studied as the simple structure of C programming language. When I execute the program, you can see the statement welcome to C programming language is executed clearly as welcome to C programming language, and the program is finished with exit code of 255. So friends, let me start with the variables with a proper example. Okay, I'll just add that program of sum of two numbers. It will be the best program in order to learn about variables. I'll just add comments. So in order to for conclusion, sum of two numbers. So I'll end the comment with the same. Sorry. So these friends, the comments which I have written on the top of the program will not be affected during the execution of program. So when I execute the program, the same only the welcome to C program will execute. See, the comments has no effect on the program. Okay, talking about variables. See friends, in this friends, so I'm writing about sum of two numbers. So in this session, so we have to accept two numbers to perform the operation. So I'll just try to remove this welcome to C program and attach enter values to addition operation. Okay, so when I run this code, it will show as enter the values to additional operation. So when I try to enter a number, it will not display anything, because in order to accept the input when you're trying to enter in the output area, you have to create a space. In order to store the number which will enter right now, you have to create a variables are used to store the data that will be accessed from the user. So here I'll create a variable x. So here I have created a space in order to save the data. But when you enter the 25, you have to create a function in order to read a particular input which you have entered. So I'll just read the input using scanf function. In the C program, we'll use scanf function which to read the input that is entered by the user. The input, the format of reading the input is percent d, because the reason I'm using ampersand d, because that we're using integer as a variable. So ampersand d followed by, let's mark it as an x. Here I'm declaring as x because in order to initialize that the entered area will be stored in the integer x. So in order to perform operation, I need two input. So I'll just add another printf in order to accept the another input. Let's copy this thing. Okay, I'll just change the statement as enter the value of x, and here let's add this as enter the value of y. So in order to read y, I'll have to create another variable y. So in order to read y, I have to create another scanf function, so that variable y which we're creating now is has to be read by the computer. So read as ampersand y. So this in case, and when I run the program, you can see here they enter the value of x. Now you have the process, or now you got the access to enter the input. When I enter the value of x as example 12, when I enter, it will display as enter the value of y. When I enter the value, suppose I'll enter the value of y as 10. When I enter the value, it just showing the program that's finished. Exit code. It is saying that the program execution has been successfully completed. Now listen carefully, friends. Now we have accept the input from the user when we're trying to add the input in the output program, the computer can read it, X and Y. The reason here is, anyway, you have accepted the input from the user for X and Y. But in order to create addition, when the X and Y is added, a new number is created. In order to store that number, in order to perform the addition of these two variables X and Y, I have to create another variables which perform the addition of both X and Y. Excuse me, friends. I'll just declare another variable as Z. So in this area, what I will do after this, I'll enter it as Z is equal to X plus Y. So I perform the addition of X and Y and store the value in the variable Z. Now what is, I'll just put the value of Z. So the value of Z is such at a percentage D. Percentage D in the sense the value which is obtaining after the sum of addition is an integer. So I'm printing that. So in order to proclaim that this particular uh, percentage D belong to Z, so I'll just add comma and Z. Now this shows that this percentage D belongs to Z variable. So when I followed by semicolon, when I try to run the program, friends, it will display as please enter the value of X. So example, I'll just enter as 12 and I'll just enter as 10. So when I press enter again, the value of Z successfully added. See friends, 12 plus 10, 22. The value of X and Y has been successfully added and stored in the variable Z, and I have displayed the variable Z using a printf function. So the sum of these two number, this is how declare variable, friends. And coming to the most part, here I have declared, friends. Suppose I want to add a floating point numbers to my variables, so I'll just change this as variable int as float, and I'll just remove this percentage D into F, because in order to read floating point numbers, you have to make sure that while reading the input, you have to change the ampersand D, I'm sorry, percentage D into percentage F, so that computer will let you know that you're entering a floating point number. So I'll add once again F. And most important thing is, when I'm going to print the Z function, I'll just run the program again. And I try to run the program, it will show enter. Now friends, I'll just, instead of real numbers, I'll add floating point number 12.20 plus 8.21. Display the value of Z is successful at 20.410. So friends, this is how the variable is declared and initialized and used. You have to make sure, friends, when the variable is declared, you have to ensure that when you're reading a variable using scanf function, the ampersand which the variable belong to and followed by the hash percentage F or D. You have to make sure, friends. Please be careful while executing the program. The variable name and followed by percentage D or F, whatever it may be, when you're using int or float, and followed by ampersand. These are the core parts in variables. So again, here next program. In next program, we're talking about simple if program. See friends, in simple if, what is simple if? What is condition statements? A condition statement in the sense when the value that is entered when the output in place, that has been put under a conditions. If the condition is satisfied, it will print one statement. If the condition is not satisfied, it will print another statements. So the condition statements in the sense, friends, when the value is entered, it is put under examination. Example, friends, see here in this program, I'll just have declared a variable int x and have read the variable using scanf function followed by percentage D and followed by ampersand x. So friends, let's enter if. The format of simple is if followed by brackets and if in a sense, friends, and this written as if followed by bracket. Here I'll say less expression. If and followed by expression. If the expression is satisfied, if the condition are written in this pair of flower brackets after used in the F, if that condition is satisfied, so whatever I have write inside the F example, let's write it down, printf as condition satisfied. So I'll enter the value of x. I'll put that value of x into an examination or a condition. I'll put a condition for the number x we have entered. If the condition is satisfied, so the what all the statement which is present inside the if block is executed. If the condition is not satisfied, the program will not display anything. Example, friends, I'll check this as expression. I'll put the value of x into condition. If the x value is greater than 10, I'll display as condition satisfied. If I enter the value of x more than 10, if it does not display anything. Example, friends. See here, I have written a program x. I'll just enter the value of x. If the entered value of x is greater than 10, it will display as condition satisfied. If the entered value is less than 10, it will not display anything. Example, I run this program, it will display as enter the value of x. I'll just enter as 11. So when I enter it, it's saying condition satisfied. Okay, friends. One more thing clearly is see here. They enter the value of x. After that, the column is decreasing next to f. In order to remove from that, I'll just declare a new keyword, new line keyword, so that when I run the program again, you can see the cursor is running after x. So when as in the previous output, when I entered 11, it is showing condition satisfied. Now I'll enter 5 and press enter. It does not display anything. It's showing the program is finished its execution. So this is the example of simple if. Simple if in the French, simple if in the sense French, the condition is satisfied. If the condition is satisfied, it will display the message. If the condition is not satisfied, it will just come out and say the execution successfully completed and does not display anything. This is the basic formula, and this is how you execute the simple if program. And next, friends, speaking about if else ladder, if else program. If else program is found to be 100% same compared to that simple if. In simple if statements, friends, the statement here, this condition satisfied, will only print if the value of x is greater than 10. Now I want to display something if the value of x is not greater than 10. In the sense, friends, if the condition is satisfied, I have to display something. If the condition is not satisfied, I have to display something. Example, here is friends. I have displayed if the value of x is found to be greater than 10, condition is satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, I'll just add another statement. If else, it's in the sense if this condition above is not satisfied, so I'll display another message stating as if condition not satisfied. Okay. So when I save this program and execute the program, it is saying the value of x. So if I enter the value of x as 11, it will show that condition has been successfully satisfied. Okay, friends. When I run again, I entered the value as 5. It is showing the condition is not satisfied. This is the difference between simple if and else if. Simple if in the sense, friends, the block inside the if is only executed only if the statement condition is satisfied. In if else ladder, if the condition is satisfied, it will display the first block. If the condition is not satisfied, it display the another block. This is the difference between simple if and else if. And now we'll go learn about else if ladder. So the difference between simple if, else if, and else if ladder, friends, is found to be same. In else if ladder, in life we'll come across many situations where one condition is put under examination, multiple scenarios. Example, in this program, I declared a variable, enter the value of x, and have read the variable using scanf function. I'm sorry. And next, I'll put this value of condition x into I'll examine the variable x into a condition. If x is found to be x is found to be greater than 10, and if x is found to be lesser than 19, which will enter, I'll display it as printf the value of x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19. So friends, I'm writing these statements, elaborating, so that you will have a clear picture of what I'm going to execute, or what I'm the examination of the value of c in this code. And see friends, entered as if the value of x is found to be greater than 10 and lesser than 20, I'll display as the value of x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19. If value of x is found to be more than 19, I have to display anything else. If the value of x is found to be greater than 20, and if the value of x is found to be lesser than 29, so I'll display another message. So you guys will come across this. So let's copy the same thing here. We have copied and paste it here. So in this, I'll just made a slight modification. I'll put the value of x 10 into 20 and 29. So friends, if the value of x is found to be, friends, the value of x is 20, greater than 20 and lesser than 29, it will display as the value of x is found to be greater than 20 and less than 29. So friends, I'm writing the statements in printf statement elaborately, so that you will have a clear picture of on what condition the x is examined and it is resulted. And nextly, see friends, here I've written as if x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19, it displays the value of x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19. If the value of x is found to be greater than 20 and lesser than 29, I'll display the value of x is greater than 20 and less than 29. And I'll just add another condition. Else, if both the upper condition mentioned is not satisfied, I'll display another message. Since friend, when the value of x is examined under two conditions, if x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19, and if x is greater than 20 and less than 29, if the value of x is not satisfied in the both scenarios, I'll add another statement. Let me guess. Printf the entered value is less than 10 and greater than 30. So friends, I'll just save this program, execute it. Well, I try to run the program. It will show us as enter the value of x. Now listen friends, I'll just type the value of x as 11. So what should be the answer? I try to enter the value of 11. It should be as the value of x is found to be greater than 10 and lesser than 19. So if I press the enter key, it should display as the value of x is found to be greater than 10 and lesser than 19. So when I enter the friends, the value of x is greater than 10 and lesser than 19. So now we have a clear understanding of, so if in this scenario the value of x is examined under the first statement. Now I'll just run the program again. I'll give different value here. See friends, I'll give enter the value of x as 21. When I press the enter friends, you can see the value of x is going to be greater than 20 and lesser than 20. Now it is found to be true. Now friends, I'll execute the program again. And now see friends, I'll just enter the value of x as only 5. See, in this scenario, the value of x is not satisfied in the first statement, which is found to be the greater than 10 and less than 20. And the condition is 2, which is 10 as value of x is greater than 20. In this scenario, the value of x is not satisfied in both the statements. So when I press enter, it will display as the entered value is less than 10 and greater than 20, which is found to be true. So friends, this is called as else if ladder. In else if ladder, X is examined or conditioned under multiple scenarios. In my life occur where one is examined under multiple scenarios. If this condition is not satisfied, we'll check another one. If that condition is not satisfied, we'll check another one. If that is not check it will check go for another one until the condition is satisfied. We'll just keep on examining, and once the LCF ladder continues until the given condition is satisfied, and we'll go again for switch. Coming to the last part of condition statement, friends, it is called as switch. Listen, friends, the formula, the internal operation and the features of switch is found to be 100% equal to compare to that of if-else ladder. But the syntax is found to be different compared to the if-else ladder. But the internal operation of switch and the principle and algorithm of switch and if-else ladder found to be same. In this scenario, I'll just examine. I'll put the value of x into exam into multiple scenarios. See here. I'll just take this up enter the value of x and I'll return this x in the statement. Please enter the value less than 3. So I'm trying to define, guys, when the output is entered, friends, I request you to kindly I've written the printer in such a way that please enter the value less than 3, either 1 or either 2 or either 3. Apart from these three numbers, if you try to execute anything, it had to display invalid numbers. See, friends, I'll execute the same program in switch statements. Create a keyword switch followed by examine the variable x. So I'll open a block. See, friends, in switch condition statements, the conditions are checked in form of cases. I'll add case 1 here. Listen, friends, if the entered value is 1, it will display as a statement. Printf the entered value is 1. So if you enter 2, I'll display as the printf the entered value is 2. And next one, in case scenario, if I enter the number as 3, I'll display another message as printf the entered number is 3. So, I have written the code for the switch statements in all the scenario, case 1, case 2, case 3. So when I run the code, it will display as enter the value of x less than 3. I'll just change the slightly modify this printf statement. Please enter the value of x less than 3. So friends, I'll just when I try to run the program, it will display as enter the value of x and 3. So when I enter 1, it displays the entered value is 1. When I enter, sorry friends, just a second. So when I enter 2, it will display as the entered value is 2. When I enter 3, it will display as the entered value is 3. So what is next? So what should I display if the entered number is not in these three scenarios? So if the entered value is not 1, 2, 3, apart when we enter the number apart from these three numbers, so I'll display a default message. Default as I'll set a statement invalid input. Invalid input. If the number entered is apart from these three numbers 1, 2, 3, if you enter display as invalid input. So what happens? I'll just copy these statements, and when I run this program, it will display as the value of x. Oh, I'm sorry, friends. And this is point of view. So, friends, here I have written the code for the switch statement. So, I have declared as please enter the value of x less than 3. So when I enter the value of 1, friend, it will display as the entered value is 1. After that, you have to exit the program there itself. If you do not, friends, the case 2, case 3 will proportionally executed. So after every case, it's supposed to kindly exit the program using a keyword called as exit. And if I entered case 2, it display as the entered value is 2, followed by exit function. So it will display as the entered value is 2 and the program will execute, program will terminate. And case 3, it will display as the entered value number is 3 and the program will exited. If the number is entered apart from these 3 numbers, it will display as invalid input. So friends, for more clarity, I'll just run this program and display as is. Excuse to kindly ignore the above steps. See, please enter the value of x less than 3. I'll just bring this up a little bit. I'll enter, friends, 1. So I enter the 1 and press enter. The entered value is 1. So the program finished its execution. Friends, I'll try to run again. Let's enter. The less than value of x is 2. When I enter 2, it will display as the entered value is 2. So we'll try to run again. This time I'll enter 3. And execute the command, the entered number is 3. And when I try to run again, when I try to give the input apart from these 3 numbers, example give 5, which I have not entered in case scenarios, will display as invalid input. So this is how, so friends, this is how switch keyword or the switch statements works. And nextly we'll go and followed by next we'll come across loops. So friends, now we'll speak about loops. Before I code this program, since I want you to know why do you want to use loops in C language. See friends, by using loops in C language, what happens? The code complexity and the size of the code will gradually decrease. Example friends, see friends are declared as include studio.h and include colon.h. Now I want to execute this program. When I execute the program, display as welcome to C program language. Now the thing is, I want to print this statement welcome to C language 10 times. So as friends, I'll just add, let's just confirm. So I'll just print this statement as 10 times. So when I run the program, friends, you'll see the program is executed 10 times. The C program, the output will be displayed as 10 times welcome to C program language. Now friends, the question realizes if I want to enter the C program language 1000 times, should I print the same printf statement 1000 times? It doesn't make any sense. What happens in the same scenario? The size of the program increase and the complexity will increase more with that. So in order to avoid these things, we'll make use of loops. Loops in the French one. Just put this statement in a condition. Until the condition is satisfied, I'll just go on and printing the statements. Friends. So as I was saying, friend, if I want to print this statement, welcome to C program 10 times. So I'll just print this statement as 10 times. So if I want to print this welcome to C program 1000 times, so it is not a good way of programming or printing this printer 1000 times. It does not make the program a structured programming language. So in this scenario, we'll come across loop friends. So in the loop, we'll put a condition that if the condition is if until and unless the given condition is satisfied, friends, I'll just keep on printing the printf statements. Example, friends. See, friends, I'll put this printf scenario, copy this, and close this. I'll declare a variable for loop. Okay. So this I'll just add for loop. If I, for instance, friends, I'll start the value of I from 0 to I greater than or equal to 10. I want to increment I in every loop. This is how the for loop works. And I'll print the statement. So when I run the program, friends, let's see here. In this scenario, what happens? Then the program it have retired as the program executed, it will display as welcome to C programming language at 10 times. See friends, in this scenario, now listen carefully. In the for loop, I have declared a variable as int I. And in for loop, I've added three expressions starting as int for I equals zero. Said that you have to start the installation of I from zero. So zero. Once you start with the value of I as zero and enter inside the loop, I'll print a statement. So after this printf statement, statement is printed, I'll go back again and increment I. I'll increment this I this many times unless and until the required condition I of less than or equal to 10 gets satisfied. Okay, friends. Coming to the second part, friends. Now I'm going to read about execute the same program which I have printed the welcome to C program as 10 times. I'll write the same program in while loop, friends. In while loop, friends, it's completely different compared to that of for loop. See, friends, initially I'll create a variable here. I'm sorry. I'll create a variable here as int I. Sorry. Create a variable as int I and initialize it to 0. I'll let you know why I've initialized the value of I into 0. See, friends, after that, I'll just add a while statement. While I, the value of I, is greater or less than or equal to 10. So I'll just print the statement as printf welcome to C. Okay, friends. And after this, I'll try to increment this I. Listen carefully, friend. Why I have initialized the value of I equals 0 in initial stage? Because, friends, I've declared as I equals in the condition statement, friends, while until and unless the value of I is found to be greater or equal to less than or equal to 10, I just keep on printing welcome to C, welcome to C, welcome to C. So, friends, initially I have declared A equals 0 so that value of I start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Until the ninth time the program will execute. After the ninth time, we'll check the condition 10. If the value of I less than or equal to 10, it will come out of the loop. So it will not display, it will not execute the loop in the 11th time. On 11th time, if the condition is not satisfied, it will just come out of the loop and display as the execution is completed. Example, friends, see here. Let's run the program. When I run the program, friends, you can see clearly the program has been successfully executed by displaying welcome to C as 10 times. I'm sorry, 11 times. Because, sorry, it displayed 11 times because, see here, friends, I'll display as less than or equal to 10 in the sense 10th time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So until the 10th time, the program will execute. After that, when the condition is not satisfied, just come out of the loop and display as the program is successfully completed. So this is how exactly do while loop works. In while loop, friends, if the condition is satisfied, the control will enter the loop. If the condition is not satisfied, the control will come out of the loop. This is how the exactly while loop works. See here, friends, the value of I is tested. If the value of I is less than 10, it will enter the loop. If the value of I is not satisfied, it will come out of the loop. And friends, coming to the last part of the session is do while loop. Now we have come across the while loop. So, friends, in while loop, if the condition is satisfied, it enters a loop. If the condition is not satisfied, it will come out of the loop. In the do while loops, do while is found to be completely reversal, or completely opposite to that of while loop. What is that, friends? I'll just do one thing. I'll just take this entire while loop, friends, and I'll create a new program. Do open a door bracket. Printf, what I just need to print. So I'll just print the statement. Print welcome to C followed by a new line character, and I'll increment until the condition is satisfied. And after that, after after that, I'll just add a while statement. When check the condition, if the value of I is found to be lesser than or equal to 10, so and I'll execute the program. See, friends, when I try to run the program, output will be found to be same, friends. Just a moment, please. The same, the program the of welcome to C is executed 11 times. So the difference between while loop and do while loop, friends, in do while loop, without any the condition is checked, the loop is entered inside. After that, once the condition is came outside, the condition is checked. Once the loop is entered inside, and in the sense when the control is entered inside, when the control is came out of the loop, the condition is checked. If the condition is satisfied, it will loop again. The control will go to the loop again and control loop again and back to the loop and check the condition. If the condition is not satisfied, it will break the loop, friends. This is how do while loop works. So friends, this is the end of the session. We have come across variables, condition statements, and loops. So in next session, I'll be coming across strings and arrays. If you like this video, friends, request to kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.